All right.
Welcome to Boomer Bongo Boulevard, episode 28. I'm Mike, just Mike. Along with me is my brother Ron, just Ron. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. We're pushing towards 60 subscribers. I never thought we'd get this far, Ron. I thought we'd halt at 9, but we're way past there. So hit that subscribe button and the notification button. It's important, I guess. We don't really know. We'll probably never get enough subscribers to find out. But anyhow, what we're talking about today, we're talking about boomer stuff, of course. And what we're talking about today are things that we hate as old guys, and all boomers are old. And we're calling this episode "Get Off My
Get off
Lawn."
my lawn. Get out of here.
It was Ron's idea. And Ron, have you ever said "Get off my lawn"?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
I never have. Who'd you tell to get off your lawn? Just your own grandkids, or?
No. I just say this was years ago. I saw this kid. I was going to go out. This is what it was. You know how you get a treat fire ant mounds, and if you kick them, it just makes more of them. You know, you want to get out there and put the poison on them. Done. You know, and it was this big one. I hadn't had a chance to treat it yet, and I see this kid. You know, it's a good 20 feet into my yard there, and this kid's walking by. He like runs up in the yard and like kicks the hell out of it, like kicks fire ants all over my yard. And I'm like, hey, get off of my lawn.
There you go. No respect. Hey, and for all he knew, that little punk, those could have been your pet ants.
Yeah, I
You
know.
killed
Yeah,
them.
hey.
You could have raised them. You might have wanted them. And
Well, you know, he probably kicked them, and now they're going to build one like, you know, I don't know, 5 feet from my front door or something.
Right.
Jerk.
They could show up anyway. Of course, they're going to do. Hey, the fire ants going to do that anyway when it rains. The rain's going to carry them around, and then the next day you come out and there's 10 mounds all over the place. But I've never really said get off my lawn. But I tell you what I have done, Ron.
What's that?
And here's what I don't like. These are things we don't like. We're old grouchy men about. We might start an argument over it, or at least fantasize, start an argument about it. But I hate it when people say, and like they're giving advice. And this is a lot of old guys say this, and I probably said it because it's kind of funny, but it's not true. Everybody's faking it. Don't worry about it, son. Everybody's faking it. Nobody really knows what they're doing. That's the biggest lie ever told.
I've never really heard that one or said it, but.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, it's possible that the person you're dealing with at the department store or at the Home Depot or wherever you are may be faking it. But if anybody ever sits there and tries to tell you everybody's faking it, they're just clearly wrong. I made a short list of people I promise are not faking it. Ever. Nick Saban. Nick Saban never faked anything in his life.
No.
Larry Bird. Once he was playing for the Celtics, did you think there was anything that he was faking out there except maybe faking like he wasn't hurt?
I was going to say he faked people out of their jockstrap.
Oh, he knew exactly what he was doing. Tom Brady. People thought maybe he didn't know what he was doing until he went down to Tampa Bay and won another championship. Meanwhile, the Patriots couldn't snap the ball to the quarterback without fumbling it 6 times. And you figure out there was one guy on the Patriots that knew what he was doing, and it was Thomas Brady, the 8th, or whatever. It should be the 8th. Hey, Ron, the guy that just dropped your transmission, put in a new one, he ain't faking it. No way to fake doing something like that. You have to know what you're doing, backwards and forwards. And just
now,
another
people
one. There's
will lie about fixing stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've caught them too many times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But a lot of liars know what they're doing. They are faking it, but they know what they're doing when they're lying. They're not faking it on the line. Of course, I've run into a lot of liars who were faking it. They didn't even know how to lie. But
well, whenever I catch somebody like that trying to upsell me something and they give me some kind of mumbo jumbo, I know is a bunch of crap. I just go like, yeah, it's okay.
And let me give you a couple.
That's okay. I don't need that. I'm sure I'm fine.
Let me give you some more of the people that know what they're not fake. Your brain surgeon, your pilot. Yeah. Kind of hard to fake being a pilot. I mean,
it's pretty hard.
You can't even get it off the ground. Can't even get the
Yeah.
planes
Unless you're
rolling.
in a movie or Aunt B,
Solo tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
That's an inside Boomer joke, and you had to watch the
Yeah.
Andy Griffith show. But what Boomer didn't watch Andy Griffith, right? So that's why. Does that ring a bell? I mean, what is it you can't stand? I know you're not
Okay,
quite.
I'm gonna start out with one that this is one from my wife, and I have to add it to one of mine because I heard her gripe about it so much that it gets to me too, and it's I've caught it and it bothers me too. In a movie, unless the woman has got superpowers, a woman punching a man or standing toe to toe to
Oh,
toe
yeah.
and going toe to toe with a guy in a fight. I mean, give me a break, man. Come on.
Can't
Man,
even.
first punch she threw, first guy's jaw she hit, she would break every finger in her hand, every bone in her hand, and maybe split down the middle of her arm.
And the
You
guy
know?
would just flinch a little.
Yeah,
It wouldn't rock the guy because she's
yeah,
got 100 pounds on her.
yeah. And she's not taking a punch from a guy either.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
imagine if you. I mean, I would say pretty typically. I don't know if the average man outweighs the average woman by 100 pounds, but it's not uncommon for a
Mm-mm.
guy to outweigh a woman by 100 pounds. As a guy
And not
standing
even a
there,
fat guy.
imagine. Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Not well, not imagine as a guy you're standing there and you have to punch somebody that's in my case seven. If you're a foot taller and 100 pounds more, you'd be
Yeah.
7'3" and 312 pounds.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not happening. Not happening at all. But yeah, I
No.
don't mind a woman beating up a guy in a movie, but it's got to be legit. I want her to pick up a weapon. I want her to
Yeah,
pick
she
up a
got to pick up a
pipe.
2x4 or a golf club, and put it upside his head or something.
I don't mind the leg sweep. Drop down and leg sweep him, something like that.
Yeah.
But straight up punching, yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree with you on that.
I know, but for years, ever since I've known her, she'll see that and she's like, "Oh, come on!"
Come on, man.
She always says, "Come
No,
on!"
not that,
Yeah,
not
that's
that
not
one.
happening.
No. Like, now,
You're
you
gonna have
know,
to pick up a gun or something. You're not knocking the guy out.
and why not have her? Hey, why not have her hit him in the throat? If you were a woman that fought
Yeah,
all the time, wouldn't that be the way to go? Look over there,
yeah,
boom, pop
really.
him in the Adam's apple. She could do that. That would hurt.
I mean,
That would hurt anybody.
even as big as Uma Thurman is, she
Pop.
wasn't gonna beat up all those people in Kill Bill. She might could have cut a bunch of them up, but she wasn't gonna beat them all up.
Hey, this is a little one, Ron, I've got, and it just does kind of bother me. I was watching the Little League World Series the other day, and
Hmm.
a team from Chinese Taipei won, although U.S. teams have won the last 5 years in a row, and that used to
Hmm.
not be the case. But it's always kind of fun. I like to watch the Little League World Series, and at the end of it, they named them the World Little League Champions, and it was
Yeah,
legit. It's always bugged me, and I'm not anti-American at all, but good grief, when you win the NBA championship, you're not the world champion. You probably are,
yeah. You
but
probably are in basketball,
you can't
but
prove it.
baseball, no. Football, yeah, you are.
Well, yeah, but only
Baseball,
because
no.
it's only really
Baseball,
close.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But hey, you
But
know
they don't
what,
say
Ron?
world champions anymore in baseball. I've noticed they quit doing that.
Have they?
They say World Series champion. Yeah, they quit saying
World
world
Series,
champions.
good,
They don't do that
good,
anymore.
good, 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 good.
Yeah,
Because it's not
yeah.
right. It's not
They've been
right.
beaten by Japan too many times.
Well, look, Ron,
you know.
even in football, if you don't open it up to every
Yeah,
possibility in the world, you're not really the world champion. Why don't they say national professional football champion? They say it in
yeah,
college. They call the college team the
yeah,
national champions. Okay.
yeah,
They call the baseball national champions, football national
yeah.
champions. But I hate this world champion business
Yeah.
when you haven't
Yeah, it's not as legit as
opened
it
it up
used
to
to be at
everybody in the
all.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it'd be fun. Open it up. Put the College World Series baseball champions up against and everybody's did in the Olympics. Well, they don't call them the world champion in the Olympics. They call them the Olympic champion. So they do it right. So I got no problem there. Except
well,
I
the
got a
best
problem with
player
team
in
sports.
baseball is Japanese.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, here's a
Current best
good get off
players,
my lawn.
Japanese. Most of the best players in the NBA are from another country. They really
Yeah,
are.
that's right. That's right. I
So,
think you could put together a pretty good all-star team to go up against the
yeah,
NBA. The
yeah. Most of the best players are not American.
by
Luka
the
Doncic and Joker or whatever, Djokovic.
right.
That's
By the
two of the
way,
best. That's probably the two of the top five players in the league, and they are not Americans.
the here's one. Have you got another one there? Because I got a few.
No, I got a couple things jotted
Okay,
down.
let me see what you got.
Let's see. Now, this is something I see online all the time that drives me insane because, um, and I can't resist commenting on it because I know I'm right. I was in advertising too long. And I'm sure you've seen these too, where people will be just randomly filming people out in public and go, and messing with them, going like, "Oh, I can film you anytime I want. I can film anything that's out in public. You're out in public. I can film you." I'm like, uh, no, you can't, my friend. If you're going to be using it or have an intention of posting it and possibly making money off of it, no, sir, you cannot. That is
Hmm.
illegal. You have to have a signed off form. I know that because I was in advertising for years and years. And if you were shooting pictures like at a restaurant or anything like that, or anything that was doing anything that was going to be trying to make money, everybody that appeared in that shot, you had to get them signed off a
Well,
release, or you had to cut them out of the picture because
even
they could sue
if
you.
even if you didn't have to do it, why wouldn't you do it? It makes way more
Yeah.
sense. It just makes way more sense. I've got
And see, nowadays, the expectation is people trying to create content to make money. And if you're out randomly filming people, and and especially when you're trying to antagonize people because you're trying to make a viral moment, you are
right.
definitely filming commercially. And if somebody did that to me, I'd be like, uh, I'm going to be filming you and getting your tag number because we're going to have a problem, pal.
Well,
You're
especially
getting
if they're
sued.
tripping you. If they're tripping you when you're not looking, and everybody's laughing, that would be the.
Yeah.
Here's one I don't like. Here's something that makes me yell, "Get off my lawn!" to the TV. Uh, Poorly timed AI. Boy, overrated for one thing. But I guess AI is the one placing these commercials at at the middle in the middle of the action on movies that are on TV. I mean, so many of the streaming services now put commercials in there. But man, they
Yeah.
don't even they want your money, but they don't want to take the time to place the commercial properly, to place the ad
Yeah.
properly. They're just popping up randomly. The guy goes, "Well, I'll tell you what I think. I think that we should State Farm is there," and I mean, right in the middle of a sentence, and you're hanging
Yeah.
on every word. And then they come in sometimes if they're really poorly done, and they finish the rest of the word. So you got two syllables over here on one side of the commercial, and the last two syllables on the other side of the commercial. And plus, they
Yeah.
had 20 commercials, so I forgot what even movie I'm watching. But that just poorly timed, and it's because of machines doing it. I guess they're letting AI do it. There's a lot of stuff AI can't do. I mean, it'll probably
Oh
probably
yeah,
learn to do it.
but I think something that makes me laugh
I'm
is I
blaming
see
AI.
so many people talking about, and of course this is something you identify with. I always laugh when I hear any teachers, college professors, or anything going like, "Oh, I could spot an AI generated paper," and I'm like, "Can you? Can you now?" Because I'm like, I'm sorry if I was a student and I would be using AI and you would not have a clue. You wouldn't have a clue. Because if
Well,
you were smart, all you got to do is just use it to get your main outline, and then
see,
you just
see,
fill in
see,
between.
see.
Bang, paper.
There's where you messed up, though. You said if you were smart. So many of the people in your class
Yeah,
not that smart,
exactly.
and
Oh
you've
yeah,
already
they're
had
gonna
them
catch
do.
most of them because most people aren't that smart. Yeah,
Hey, I
but it's
promise
just
you.
it's just like crime. Most criminals luckily are morons, so they get caught.
Yeah,
We've had this conversation before. You brought that up and you said that it's a good thing that 99% of criminals are morons, because
Yeah,
when there is the
because you had a
smart
lot of.
one, they never catch them ever.
Oh, it'd
Yeah,
be tough. It would be
yeah,
tough.
they never
The
catch
the Well,
them.
I'm wondering how many professors now have right at the beginning of the year in class have people write a couple of handwriting samples. Then you don't tell students it's samples
Yeah,
or compositional,
yeah,
not handwriting, but composition
yeah,
samples. Write a few paragraphs about yourself. Write a paragraph about this. And get about 5 or 6 samples.
yeah,
Because it will make it a little tougher then, and for some people impossible to use an AI generated paper because they just can't write that well, and you find out
yeah.
pretty
Well, see, what
quickly.
I would do, I would use them the way my friends that are still in advertising do, and this is what they do, and I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense, because I would use the heck out of this. Okay, used to, like, say you were trying to come up with something, and you needed, oh, I don't know, a busy street with a whole bunch of Toyotas parked on one side of the road. Well, that's going to be pretty
Right?
hard to find. You're almost about to set up a shop for that, but not anymore. All you got
Oh
to do
yeah,
is like generate, I need a busy city street with about 8 different colored Toyotas all parked one right after the other.
that
Boom.
would make a great
You got
commercial,
it.
by the way. Yeah,
You got your shot ready to go. And there's
that
nothing
would make
wrong
a
with
great
that.
commercial.
I don't have a problem with that. Now,
Sometimes
that's just,
here at
you know,
Toyota,
that's just
and you just
something that, it just speeds up the process. Yeah.
that would make a great commercial. It really would. Just here at Toyota, we've noticed that there's a
But see,
small
smart people
possibility.
use AI like that. But yeah.
All right.
But I
Um,
know I can spot it in photographs and stuff. It's pretty easy, really. And in a lot of
get off.
videos too, I can spot it just because
Get
of the
off.
way they talk or things they say. I'll go like, "Wait a minute,"
The
and I'll look it up. I'll go, "Yep, AI."
the I hate, and this is another one. It's been around a while, but
Yeah.
I hate to hear people say, "Man, this is the hottest summer we've ever had." I don't think we ever had a day hotter than we had yesterday, and it was like 90. It was
I
like
know. I
ninety
go,
three
"No, it's
degrees.
not."
Not even close. 90.
Mhm,
It'll be like 93
mhm.
degrees in July. Dude, it's 93 in July in Mississippi. It's been hotter than that before. Okay, get it out of your head. I know what the weatherman told you. The weatherman's bought off or taken some money from somewhere to say it's a high. 93 in July. It's not the record. All right,
Yeah.
it's just not. And and another thing that
I
kind
can
of
remember
bugs me.
two super hot summers.
Oh, there've been, I mean, sometimes you break records, but it's pretty rare. And
Mhm.
sometimes you have these cold spells. But kind of one thing that tips you off to some of this hyping that the weather people do, and that's really what's going on is these weather people hyping every single thing, is they wind chill. The wind chill. It's
Yeah.
32, but wind chill of 25. It's the coldest wind chill we've seen all winter. And wind chill is used to the old guys just said, well, it's 35, but with that wind out there, it does make it a little bit colder, but it's 35. Okay. I know what it
Yeah.
feels like, but you don't have to hype it all the time. And
Yeah.
there are people 12 years old, they don't even know what the temperature means anymore because they hear 3 different temperatures when they get up in the morning, and they hear 4 or 5 that they're going to have during
Now,
the day. And it's
I don't know
just
if you've ever had
annoying.
anything like this happen, but here's when you know it's hot. And I can only think of one time this ever happened to me. This is when I lived in Mississippi, and when we just used to come out here and visit in Texas. And we'd been driving, for hours, and had the AC on, of course. And we got out here, we'd heard it was really, really hot, and we'd heard on the radio. And I think we pulled up the place we stopped. It was the temperature was like a digital temperature was reading like 108. And
Yeah,
when I got out of that car, um, I came close to fainting when I got out of the
yeah,
car. It was so hot.
yeah,
The heat
yeah.
hitting you so quick after getting out of that, you know.
Mhm.
And I've only had that. That's the only time I've ever had that happen where I
Yeah.
almost got sick immediately as soon as I got out of the car. You know,
Well, 108.
I've
I
never
mean,
had that
five
happen. That's
degrees is
hot.
huge. 5 degrees is huge.
Yeah,
103 to 108.
Yeah.
It's totally different. 90, 98 and 103. That's a huge difference. Uh, 93 to 98, gigantic difference. And so yeah, it can get hot, but that's the hype of everything is people claiming this is the most rain I've ever seen. Like you forgot when your house got flooded 3 years ago. I mean, dude, I mean your house got flooded 3 years ago. Is your house flooded now? No.
It
So
really.
it's not the worst water I've ever seen. You're kind of misleading people about the weather. I just weather's the weather.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, people want to talk about it, okay, but let's rein it in a
Yeah.
little bit. The hyperbole is killing me. Um, reckless
Yeah. I know
drivers,
it been hot this year because this first year I hadn't seen cracks this wide in my yard
yeah,
since I
yeah,
lived here.
yeah.
You know.
It's like the desert. Hey, and then the
Hmm.
last one I've got here is reckless drivers, which is kind of a get off my highway. Get off my highway with that reckless drive. I mean, everybody is reckless occasionally through oversight or being a little tired
Hmm.
or just not paying attention when you should have, or I don't know, some situation developing that you've never seen develop before, and there it is developing right in front of you.
Yeah.
But reckless drivers just, I guess they drive everybody crazy that tries to be careful. My example, and listen to this. Anybody who is thinking what a great driver you are, maybe you are. If you've ever driven up into a crowd of cars on the interstate and every single freaking car in front of you has their brake lights on, and you didn't put your brake lights on, you didn't touch your brakes, you just drove up in the middle of it going, what's everybody slowing down for? You're a terrible driver and you're
You're
a
a
reckless
moron.
driver. Yeah, because
Oh, this is
here's
one
the,
this is one of my favorites. Okay, I got one. You're over here in the, let's say you're going down the interstate. You're over here in the the fast lane, passing lane, and you're going
yeah,
along, and there's a bunch of cars over here, and you're going by them and stuff, and you see somebody coming in that lane where you're passing cars,
right,
and like a good driver, I keep a nice distance, not
right.
excessive, but a safe distance. I'm
You
not
want
at
to keep a
people's
safe
butt.
distance, sure.
Okay, yeah, but I'll see. You can see somebody slowing up, and you can see the gap closing as they're
Mm-hmm.
coming up, and you see them over there, and you see them all of a sudden going 100 miles an hour. They're going to try to get in there and get in front of it, and you're like going, "What are you doing, man? You're never going to make it unless I let you make it," which I never
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Because
Well,
I love to make them hit their brakes. I love it.
well, it's just the just reckless that makes, and everybody's going to make stupid mistakes and do stupid things, and I'm not talking about that, but
Yeah.
just pure recklessness, driving too fast. And what kills me, you see these discussions sometimes crop up on the internet, and somebody will inevitably say, and they're correct, speed kills, and you'll have 9 people
Yeah.
just disagree with them. Speed doesn't kill; it's lack of skill. No, dude, speed kills. No matter how you cut it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going 85 miles an hour and something happens in front of you, you're going to have less time to react than if you were going a more sedate 75 miles an hour, 85 miles an hour. And some pretty days, that's okay if you're by yourself. But I'm just saying, everybody drives too fast sometimes, and you often regret it, or you realize, I'm driving a little too fast for this
Yeah.
situation. I need to slow down. Everybody, maybe on the back of their hand, should have, you probably need to slow down, written on the back of your hand. Just slow down a little bit. Plus, that's why us old guys are all driving. You know why so many old guys drive so slow?
Well,
Because the fast driving guys are all dead. They got killed. They didn't make it to
yeah.
75. They're dead, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Dead, DEAD, 6 feet under, burned to a crisp. However they got rid of them, they're dead. That's why there's so many old guys who drive fairly slow. Speed kills. Speed kills. If you don't
Yeah.
think speed kills, go right ahead. But if you're real unlucky, speed kills, and it won't be you. It'll be somebody else, and you'll have to pay
Yeah.
the consequences for it. So there you go.
Yeah.
That felt good to say that. Hey, have you got a song of the week? Have you got a
Yeah.
song of the week?
Let's see. I was trying to think of something lawn oriented, but then I thought of one that kind of sounded like it. Hey, you get off of my cloud lawn.
I was so close.
The
I was so
Stones.
close to doing that. The Rolling Stones. What year was that? What year was that? Did you get a year on it?
1965, number one song in November 1965.
I swear I came real close to using that. But then I thought, well, what kind of attitude are you developing? By the way, somebody added up, and we appreciate people. Now, Cam had a really good note not too long ago on one of our shorts, and thanks to Cam, one of our regular listeners, and Steve. Steve usually calls up with something. Hubert usually says something to me
Yeah.
personally. So, different
Cam
people
always makes
get
very
things too.
astute comments.
That really, we really appreciate. But gosh, I forgot. Oh, I I was getting fired up about something as I often do, and they were saying, "Why are you yelling?" And you answered because you felt like it. And to me, I'm not yelling, and I'm not yelling, Ron.
Okay, if you're talking about Cam, go.
Yeah, I've yelled. I've yelled one time, Ron. I've yelled one time when on this show, and what happened? The sound went out.
Yeah.
Remember, I did the Tarzan yell,
Yeah.
and the sound
Yeah.
just disappeared. The
Yeah.
phone couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So I'm not yelling. I'm being
Yeah, I think
forceful.
it does overwhelm it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I totally overwhelmed it, but I'm not even close. And even when I was doing the Tarzan yell, I wasn't yelling this because I wasn't hoarse after it was over. And I can yell
Yeah.
so loud I'll make you cry. But I enjoy the comments. I enjoy the ones that are critical. I think they're a lot of fun too. So go ahead and be critical. I can definitely take it,
Oh, I
and I
always
think
have a
Ron
good
can
time with
too.
those.
But you know what my song of the week is? The attitude that we brought to this show with hey, get off my lawn is
That's right.
is take this job and shove it.
Oh, yeah.
Written by David Allan Coe, and it was a hit for Johnny Paycheck. Johnny Paycheck recorded it, and it was the number one song on the country charts for 2 weeks in 1977. And just take this job, man, shove. It's get off. That guy quit his job. He didn't really quit his job. If you read the lyrics, the guy who's singing and take this job and shove it
Yeah.
never actually quits his job, which is kind of disappointing
Instead,
if
if
you
I
read the
had the
whole
guts
verse.
to say, yeah.
He said, "Yeah, if I did, it's
Yeah.
something
If
like
I had
that.
the guts to
Take his
say is one of the
job,
lines.
man,
Yeah.
shove." But he
Which
doesn't. He
means
doesn't
he
quit.
didn't do
If
it.
he had quit, he would have gone home, and
Yeah.
he would have he would have he would have yelled at the kids to get off his lawn because that's the same attitude that we bring to this show. Do you know that Chuck Barris did a saying, "Take this job and shove it" on the last Gong
Yeah, that
Show?
was
We've talked
one
about
of the
Chuck
last
Barris.
things he did on the Gong Show was sing "Take This Job and Shove It."
Yeah, that's Chuck Barris all the way. Chuck Barris should have done a recording of it. He would have probably done real well with it. Um, and by the way, David Allan Coe, a great country songwriter, wrote that. And what's weird is
Yeah.
Johnny Paycheck wrote a lot of his own songs, but the one that he had the big hit with was David Allan Coe's song. And
Yeah.
David Allan Coe, by the way, also the author of what David Allan Coe facetiously calls the perfect country music song. She never
That's
even called
right.
me by my name because
Yeah.
it's somewhere in that he's got a verse where he was drunk when he went to pick up his mom from prison and she got run over by a train and
Yeah.
all the country music tropes fit in there.
I
And
forgot who
something
told
else
him
is
that. It was somebody. They were in a hotel or something. Told him that, and he wrote that
you
that
know what Johnny
verse.
Paycheck was so angry? His middle name was Eugene. I don't know if you and by itself I think Eugene is okay, but his full name was Donald Eugene Little, or maybe Lytle, Lytle. So probably Little because he was a tiny little guy anyway. But interesting, but a good
If
song of the
you
week.
ever
Good
see
song.
this thing that the guy that famous for King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge, he used to do this show. I forgot what pay channel it was on. I don't think it was HBO. Might have been Showtime or something. I don't know. But it was called Tales from the Road. And what it was he interviewed all the people that had something to do with whatever the subject matter was. Well, one of the funniest ones I ever saw was Johnny Paycheck.
Oh, really?
And the Johnny Paycheck one, what they did was that he did uh, cartoons, kind of crude cartoons, and then they interspersed it in with interviews and stuff like that. And Johnny Paycheck was a lunatic. He was crazy. I mean, that guy was
you could kind of
completely unhinged.
tell that
But
if you ever
it was
saw him perform.
hilarious.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, a lot of those
yeah.
old outlaw country music guys really were pretty outlawish, and Johnny Paycheck was one of them. Hey, Ron, I think we've about talked
Or
this to death, but
he was at
you know how
trial and was about to go to jail for assault, and he pulled a gun out in court. Pulled a gun out
but
in front of a
I think
judge.
we've run out of
Yeah, it looks
connection
like
here.
we're kind of something's going on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so maybe I'd
so
like to
we'll
get
end
as
it
much
with
of
a
this done
final.
as we. Yeah. Why don't
Get
you
off
just
my
finish this up
lawn.
with a
Get out of here.
yeah? Get off my. Here we go. I'm
Get
exiting.
off my
I'm
lawn. That's all right, and we're out of here.